Today we're going to be mining Enzo, and so we're going to get on with that right now. Starting with the enhanced cells then, because we've got a selection of areas that we can go to, and the most obvious, in my opinion, is going to be to do the Slumber Valley in Kingston. In case you don't remember where this is very early on in the game, probably one of the first raid missions that you'll end up doing. I picked this one because it's so easy to access. You'll see that it's a 6% drop chance just here. The alternative is going to be running the quarantine zone at the fortress, which is right at the end of the game. This is a much longer mission and only really gives you a small percentage increase on the part that you're going to be getting out of it, so I very much recommend just going with the quicker mission, doing all of the different runs. That'll be nice and easy for you to pick up. The next two parts are the Enzo Stabilizer and the Spiral Catalyst. Both of these are gotten from the Kuiper mining missions, so if we come over to the menu just here, you'll see that we have two mining missions. So starting with Sterile Land, you'll see that we have Enzo on the first roll here, so you can do 3 sets of rewards and leave nice and fast, so bring a bunny along so you can wipe the enemies out nice and quickly. That's going to be pretty easy for you to farm. The more annoying one is going to be the Amorphous 39. 38% chance to drop again, but this time it is going to be on the second rewards. Ideally for this, I recommend going with 4 waves and leaving. We're going to take Bunny to try and blast through this. People try to go further because they're generally going to be after the ultimate VSA code, but you know, we're after 39. So 4 waves and leave, in my opinion, is the best way, because you start getting more objectives to clear as you go up in difficulty, and that just makes it take longer and longer. So you might as well 4 rounds, leave, and keep rinsing and repeating until you get your stabilizer. There are different options when it comes to getting the code, and if you've kind of done some other grinding, maybe you have access to some of the other amorphous. But if we're just going to go ahead and we're going to start grinding this out, I feel like the best thing to do is to farm it from one of the outposts. This is going to go easier if you have Blair, and I'll explain that in a second. But you're going to want to come over to the White Knight Gulch, and you're going to want to be able to make your way to the Bulgar Strategic Outpost that we have here. This amorphous, so this 35, this gets cracked open at this reactor, which actually requires the materials that we have, this void fragment right here, which is why Blair is going to be the best pick for this. This will allow us to effectively run the outpost nice and quickly. And then as the outpost is on cooldown, we can go ahead and activate the void fragment, which is what is going to allow us to open up the amorphous when they drop. So we'll go ahead, run on down and run one of those so that we get the resources that we need. So as you'll see, we can just use Blair, drop some fire down, clear this out. And then with that done, quick check on the timer, and we can just keep on rinsing and repeating until we have the amorphous that we want. Alright then, so you've pinged through here a few times, and now you want to get to the fusion reactor. This thing wasn't as easy to find the route to, so I'm going to go ahead and run that with you guys, just so that you know the way. The boss is pretty tough as well, so if you happen to have friends or anybody else that wants to open some stuff up at this void reactor, feel free to bring them along. In addition, this boss is going to be fiery, so also feel free to slip into something a bit cooler. And then from this fast travel point that we have here, I guess this is called Hatchery Tactical Transporter number 1. We're going to head on into the cave. We're going to go past the mission. You guys can run that if you need some rewards from it or anything like this. Straight through this kind of smaller room. We're going to want to take a right-hand turn in a second. It's a little bit confusing because the void reactor location looks like it's behind where the entrance to the biolab mission is. We're going to be heading straight down here. We want to go straight across this central area here. These guys look like they're in the mission. We're going to skip that. And as we start coming up towards these steps, we're going to have a small right turn. You see where these guys are patrolling from? That's where we want to go. And this gives you the reactor. The guy is pretty tough, so I'll give you guys a quick showing as to why. The biggest issue with him is, I'm going to try and do some damage here. You're not going to see it right now, but if I leave him alone for a second, you should see his health actually regenerates over time. So if you're messing around or reloading something like this, he is gonna keep on regenerating. So you need to try and stay as aggressive as you can with him. Otherwise, this is gonna take a long time and a lot of ammunition. Don't worry too much about going down. We've got 5 attempts here, and I highly recommend actually using them up because it's free ammunition basically. So stay aggressive till the orbs come out. This might be a good time to actually allow yourself to go down because we're going to want some fresh energy. And as you can see, rounds are extremely low right now. Okay, so take a death on purpose. See, we have full energy and full ammunition again, which allows us to use something like the blizzard to start taking the orbs out a little easier. And then final health bar, so just go ahead and take that down. With all that done, we should get ourselves a nice looking orb to go ahead, crack open your amorphous if you need to. That is how you're going to get the code.